There are quite a few programs out there for veterans with service-connected disabilities. The first and biggest is probably the Vocational Rehabilitation Program. In order to qualify for this, you must be 20% disabled with an employment handicap or 10% disabled with a serious employment handicap. Well, what does that mean exactly? Basically, this means that if you were in that Jeep accident, you flipped over, you broke your arm, also you injured your back while you're in there, you can no longer be a truck driver like you were in the military. Now the VA must retrain you to get you back into the workforce, back out into the civilian world to get a job. Along with that comes a work-study program. You need to be 3/4 to full-time student. Come work for an entity kind of like myself, do a little bit of answering the phones, do some light filing, study on some homework, thus called the work-study program. We also have the specially adapted homes. In order to qualify for this, you must buy or upgrade specially adaptive equipment for your house. So if you just got put in that wheelchair, you need that wheelchair ramp, this would be something that qualifies you for that. The automobile assistance, you must have a loss of a limb or loss of movement. If you need that little steering wheel knobby to help you turn the steering wheel, that would be something that qualifies for that as well. The clothing allowance. We usually see this with our Vietnam vets with the Agent Orange skin cancer. The VA is notorious for giving lotions and potions, and sometimes that will eat away the clothing or discolor the clothing. If that's indeed the case, then the VA will go ahead and give you a clothing allowance to replace those clothing. Also, sometimes what we see is if you're wearing a knee brace and that wears a hole in your jeans or your slacks, then that's something that we can get fixed as well. The aid and attendants are housebound. In order to qualify for this, you need the assistance of another person for your daily activities as far as getting out of bed, getting dressed, so on and so forth. And to be housebound, you need to be a vet who is permanently housebound, meaning, for example, that you're legally blind and can't leave the house because you can't drive to the store and take care of those outside the house things. If all that is good, then you'll get the housebound. The last one we have down here is the combat-related special compensation. To qualify, there's a lot of criteria. You must be retired, receiving retired pay, have 20 years of active duty, or a reservist 60 years of age with 20 years of service, and a 10% VA disability. If you meet any of or all of that criteria, you must go through the Social Security office to apply.